It is clear that the only card the ANC has is to introduce a race-based fear that seems to regress this nation backwards. We will always, and I'm never ashamed to say this, I will say it proudly and boldly, we will always stand for the values of Nelson Mandela, and this election is about doing it for Utata, for the future of this country, so that we can all know what a non-racial South Africa is and an inclusive South Africa looks like. That these elections mean a lot for South Africa. They mean a lot for the people of this country. They mean a lot for the ordinary people who every day for them it's a struggle. It's a struggle to put food on the table. It's a struggle to in fact walk on the streets as I did in Woma, where there's sewage running down the road. It is a struggle of our people. Let us not now, when they need us most, to be able to offer them a future, to be able to offer them a better tomorrow, regress them to a yesterday that they so fought against and desperately never want to go back to. Let us now not fail them when they desperately need a plan for how to get work. Let us now not fail them when they recognize that the project of democracy means that power must shift from one party to the next without fear or intimidation, without violence or chaos. Let us now honor the democratic tradition that says when we've had enough of one government, we will vote for another and take South Africa in the direction that they want. It is crystal clear that in the absence of ideas, men who come from the ANC will resort to a revoking of the history, to an invoking of the history, and ultimately to insult. We will not put up with that. We will not regress to that. We will stand for the people of this country. And therefore, ladies and gentlemen, I felt it absolutely critical that we set the record absolutely straight, and that the values of Nelson Mandela are values that will be continued only in one organization. His values are what we are contesting for. I've never contested for his membership. I'm contesting for the values of Nelson Mandela. In any society, in any country, the founding president of that country stops becoming simply just a president of just one organization, but rather the father of the nation. It would be so that in America they would celebrate their founding president. It is so here in South Africa. It's bizarre that on Mandela Day we are all comforted by the fact that we must uphold these values. But when it comes to elections, we must be divisive and not uphold these values. It is so that when we hold our currency, we can celebrate to say, here's the face of the founding president of South Africa. It is those values we are contesting for. Because I say this here today boldly and so, that when the ANC falls, Nelson Mandela will continue to stand. And it is those values that we must contest for. I really fundamentally believe that all the former presidents of the ANC have been absolutely correct about this current ANC. It's not us saying that. It is their own former leaders who are saying it. So ladies and gentlemen, I really do believe it is a time now in our nation that we put the people first and take this country in a direction that Nelson Mandela and so many others fought for. A non-racial South Africa, a prosperous South Africa, and a South Africa for all. Thank you very much.